Hi, amazing lady out there. I hope today will help you because I want to share something very real and it's about conflict in the relationship. Before I dive in, I just want to share, I don't know where this comes from, but there is this notion that psychologists or relationship experts or relationship coaches like myself are somehow immune or qualified to be free of any conflict, free of any negative emotions, and not experience this kind of things like they were not real human beings. But we are all human beings, and I believe it's a universal human being experience that at times we get into disagreements, we get annoyed, we get frustrated, and we have conflicts with our partners. So I don't want to be looking on YouTube or Instagram that I'm the perfect person who has the perfect relationship, because that's not how it is. It's not all pink and rosy with the wonderful Instagram photos. There are real conflicts and real things in real life. The difference is when we are into conflict, we can pick if we deal with it in unhealthy way or a healthy way. And today I want to share my 5 tips, what really works for me when I am in the conflict with my partner, but it can be applied also generally when you argue with a coworker or with somebody from your family. I find these tips very helpful, and this is something I have been really using. So before I jump in, I want to share a bit about what happened the other week. I was at home with our son, and we were waiting for my husband to come home. At around 7:30, he texted that he is stuck at work, that he's going to be late. But still, even if he alerted me, and that's something which we have been working on for the past years, we have been together, that he now alerts me, because in the beginning it was the source of one our old conflicts, is that him not letting me know that he will come late. So now he has done it, and I still got upset because I felt like it's too long. I was tired of being alone at home on Saturday, and I just got annoyed, and I could not even actually put the finger what was annoying me so much. And I started creating all like the stories in my head. I'm not going to go into it right now, but because they were just stories. And I will talk about a bit more about it during the tips. But what I wanted to say is that in the past, this would lead to a huge argument. This would lead to us not talking maybe for 2 or 3 days and being really mad at each other. Me because of what happened, and then him being mad at me because of my reaction. But that other night when this happened, it actually we sorted it in, I would say, healthy way, where I actually applied all the 5 tips I'm going to share. So let me jump into it. So the first tip, which is so difficult for me, is to keep quiet, actually, when you know that your thoughts or stories in your head are unfair. You can have thousands of thoughts in your head, and in the heat of the moment, like you just want to say it, but you deep down you know they are not fair or they are not true, actually. But it's just our nature that we want to win the argument. More on that in the tip number 3, I think. But just sometimes remember, it's better to keep quiet about your thoughts and things you know they are not true and they are not fair. The second thing I want to share is these days we often feel like we have to dig deep into everything. It feels like we should be analyzing every single thing we do in our lives. So sometimes what works for me is not to dig deep. Sometimes what is needed is just to go to sleep without having 2 hours analysis. What he has done wrong, what I have done wrong, why I'm thinking this, does it mean something terrible happened to me in my childhood? Often the things are very simple and we just complicate them. So this works for me. And of course, there are situations when it's good to dig deeper, and you have seen probably in my other videos that I recommend actually learning what is our why we are upset. But at some points, I believe it's better to let the thing pass, because you might realize it's actually not that important. So it's more important to have peace in family, to be with your partner who you love in a kind of harmonic way, instead of being mad at each other. So sometimes we don't need to dig deep. The number 3 tip, which really works for me, is to realize that it's not about winning. To try to say to our ego, please go and sit, have a drink and leave me alone. Because as I said earlier, like, we always want to win the argument. We always want to win and feel like we are the ones who are right, who have been wronged, and we are the victim. It's kind of also putting ourselves into the victim position where we are unable to do anything. So push your ego aside and just try to think of the bigger picture. And this one is really difficult for me, because I think I have been talking about it in the other videos, and especially about my previous relationship. I am very, how to say, I think I have a strong character, and I was used that things must go my way, the way I want them, and that was the most important things. So I have this very strong drive of going after what I want, and sometimes it's not very helpful, especially in the relationship conflict. So remember, you are not your ego. There are more important things than that. The 4th one, my favorite one, and I'm already laughing, it's make fun of the conflict, not in the moment, and not about your partner at that moment. That would be counterproductive if you are in the middle of the argument and you start making fun of him, because in my experience, that would make it 10 times worse. But after the situation calmed down, maybe the second day, that's how we do it. Like, usually the first day, we let it to calm down. And when we are ready to talk about it, we start doing it in a joking way. And we have some kind of words we use, which kind of signal to us that we are on that like wavelength when we are ready to talk and joke about it. And that really helps to make the situation better, and it allows us to start talking what was the problem, what happened, and so on. So give it time, and then when you are ready, you can start using maybe the funny words you have, or secret code words you have, and to talk about the situation. As I said, these are tips which work for me, and we are all different people. So something which works for me doesn't have to work for you, but maybe some of the tips can apply. So if you are not the kind of person who is joking, and who if you know that it would make it worse, don't do it. But if you are that type of person and your partner is, this can really help. And the fifth the 5th tip is about, it will really pass. It's the cliche, but it really works. And we, especially, I think, especially us women, we feel like we need to sort everything out at that given moment, that we don't want to go and sleep without it being resolved. But for me, it works that I know it shall pass, and if I let it calm down, it will be better. So often it really helps just to go and sleep. In the past, I was expert at doing this. Like, when we had an argument, then I felt like, no, we need to sort it out now. We need to sort it out now, because like, how can I go sleeping upset? And it actually made my partner feel even worse, and it would just escalate the conflict, and it would be worse. So everything will pass, even this argument, and if you sleep on it, it will really be better, and then you can start talking about it. What I want to say, what I find very interesting is when you are in the conflict, I love to observe my thoughts and what's going on in me, because often I realized that the conflict is not in itself about the particular act, what happened. Like, for example, my partner coming late from work, even if he told me about it, but it's about like all different like feelings which the feelings which come out of me, maybe the memories, or maybe, as I said, don't dig in. It's just maybe I was not having the best day and I wanted to be with somebody, and there is nothing deeper than that. So it's really up to you what kind of person you are, but I love observing actually these thoughts, and in the past I would just throw them at my partner without thinking if they are true, if they are fair, if actually how it will make him feel. Now I'm very happy that I am able to be more present with my thoughts and be able, even at the moment when it's happening, that now I am able to kind of see, oh, this thought, I am thinking it, I'm feeling it, but I know it's not true. I know it's just a story. I know it's unfair. So let me not say it. So these were the 5 tips which really help me. So sometimes it's better to keep quiet. Sometimes we don't need to dissect everything and feel like we are at a psychoanalysis session. We should forget sometimes that we are not, we should forget that, no, we should remember that we are not our ego. And sometimes making fun of it works after the situation calms down, and any conflict will pass. So if you are having a conflict with your partner, you can try any of these, and I would love to hear about it. So you can share below in the comments, or you can just DM me on Instagram if you want to keep it private. And if you are tired of all the conflicts, and if it has been happening way too often lately, and you are just tired of it, I want to say you don't have to do it alone. I have been that kind of person who always felt that I have to deal with my problems alone. And I did for almost 10 years. I was sorting all my problems alone, but it took time, and it took lots of trial and error, and I did some mistakes, big mistakes. And if I learned something in my life, it's that I deserve the support. So this is just what I want to say, that you deserve the support. Be the friend, be the coach, be the community of women who maybe have partner from abroad as well. Just remember, you don't have to deal with it alone. And remember, you are not the only one who has this problem. So there is nothing to be ashamed of. That's what I said in the beginning. People, the world somehow expects that relationship coaches or psychologists are immune to these things, that they are qualified to be immune, but it's just universal human being experience. So please don't be alone, because you deserve not to be alone, and you deserve that amazing and fulfilling relationship you want. If you are watching in 2022 in July, you are most welcome to join me at my brand new exciting workshop, which will help you with this. The workshop is for amazing, powerful, and loving women like you who are tired of trying whatever they tried in a relationship, and they feel like this is not going anywhere. Am I wasting my time? Or maybe if you recently just thought, oh my God, I just thought about checking my partner's phone. So if you want to learn how to react in more loving way and how to stop judging yourself, stop judging the relationship, stop judging your partner, this workshop might be for you. So you are most welcome to grab your free seat. I will put the page with more information and the application link below. So I hope I will see you there, because as I said, it's normal to have conflicts. We all do it, and we can choose if we want to do everything alone on the trial and error basis with lots of suffering in between, or we decide that we can get support, which right now I say I have my own coach, and I can't imagine being alone on the relationship, on my lives, on my business, on everything. So it makes a huge difference. And I'm not saying it because I want you to come to me. I'm saying it because you really deserve it. And whatever support you need, be it a psychologist or be it another life coach, be it another online coach, please go for it, because it's really important not to be alone on things. So I think this is all today. Please let me know whatever is on your mind in the comments, and maybe for the next time I need to learn how to stop talking more quickly, but I just really wanted to acknowledge how important is this and how you deserve to get the support you need, because you are amazing and you are strong and you can have the relationship you want.